Last week's ISPS Hander Australian Open stirred up a lot of memories for LPGA star Karrie Webb. It was here back in 1994 that it all began for one of the greatest players in LPGA Tour history.
It was my first event as a pro. And of course being the Australian Open, I think it was the first year they'd brought the Australian Open back. It hadn't been played for years. So I'm surprised at how little I remember about the golf course, but I think it was because of all the excitement that I felt within myself that, you know, I dreamed about being a professional golfer, and now I'm doing it. My name was on my golf bag, you know, I had a caddy, you know, it was, you know, I was ready to live my dream.
And fulfill that dream she most certainly has. Karrie has enjoyed an incredible career with 7 majors and 57 career wins, including 41 on the LPGA Tour. However, the last year has seen her dealing with a concept usually unfamiliar to the 42-year-old, failure.
Yeah, it was probably actually my most disappointing year because I guess for the first time in my career, a goal that I'd said I didn't achieve, which was to play in the Olympics. I guess I'd probably put too much emphasis on the fact that I thought I was still only playing because of the Olympics, and I realised after I'd gotten over the disappointment of not making the Olympics that that really wasn't the reason why I was still playing.
If there was any consolation for Karrie, the 2 players who ended up representing Australia in Rio were Minjee Lee and Sue Oh. Both were recipients of the Karrie Webb Scholarship as amateurs, a programme started by the former world #1 in partnership with Golf Australia to help develop the next generation of stars.
That's the reason why I've been doing it, is I want you know, more Aussie women, or more Aussie flags up there on the leaderboard, and you know, it was just 6 months too early for me, unfortunately. And if I had played half decent, I would have taken care of it myself. And you know, it was all left on me, really, in the end, for not playing that great.
The great news for Karrie's legion of fans both in Australia and around the world is, despite the disappointment of last season, she's far from done on the LPGA Tour. Webb acknowledges that the end of her playing career is coming sooner rather than later, but it's not something she'll be considering in 2017.
This year the plan is to play a full schedule. I think now that there isn't the focus, and honestly the 3 or 4 months leading up to the Olympics was a lot of pressure and different pressure that I hadn't dealt with. I'm not going to have that at all this year, so I really feel like I can get in there and relax and just play golf, and hopefully that will create some good scores and maybe give me chances to win tournaments again.
A lot has changed since Karrie made her LPGA Tour debut as a 21-year-old back in 1996. Players like Lydia Ko are coming on tour as teenagers, ready to succeed. The current world #1 already has 14 tournament titles before she's even turned 20.
You know, now 21-year-olds have been on tour for 5 years, some of them, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, it definitely has changed, and girls are definitely ready to come out and dominate the sport from a younger age. I hope that they don't burn out and they stick around at least into their early 30s and give us the joy of watching them for 15, 20 years.
Karrie has a lot of empathy for the new generation. Coming from a small country town in North Queensland, the instant fame that came with rocketing to the top of the world rankings was initially a struggle. All of a sudden, everything she did, including her steely on-course demeanour, was being scrutinised.
People criticise me for that, and I think and being stubborn, I just was like, I'm not changing for you. This is how I get my job done, and the people who know me away from golf love me, so you know, can't be all that bad. It's tough on a young kid that, you know, that you are expected just to be this charming person in front of a group of media, when really you haven't ever experienced that. And if you're a shy kid like I was when I first came out on tour, you do have to learn, and you know, I definitely do feel much more comfortable in the position I'm in now.
Karrie is now happily the face of ladies golf in Australia, and as her career at the elite level draws to a close, giving back to the game has become increasingly important. The Karrie Webb Scholarship heads into its 10th year in 2017, but Karrie wants to focus on more than just the top level of the game.
I really want to encourage young girls to play golf and stay in golf, and you know, whether they're good enough to make it to the professional level, or just enjoy playing golf and on beautiful golf courses. You know, it can benefit them in life, you know, in business if they choose to take that path. But you know, I'd also want to help the young girls that do make it to professional level and tell them that they don't have to win 40+ tournaments to say that that's a success. You know, I don't want them to set goals out lower than they should either. But you know, it's a great opportunity we have, and if you want to do it and you want to put in the hard work, I wouldn't change my life for anything.